I was on set for Luther.
Oh.
And I was really excited and buzzed to be like here, like it was just a spur of the moment thing. And I turn around, we'll do nothing, cut. He walks back towards us. I get my phone out and start taking some selfies. And Idris Elba just looks at me and I'm just like, oh my goodness, I'm being so unprofessional. I knew you know that look that you get from your dad?
Yeah.
When you just like, you know that you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those and I was like, oh, it's so unprofessional as well. And
and invasive.
Yes, it is invasive, isn't it? And like, we're all just people. We are all just people. So it's like...
But that's where some people are self-aware, and he was fine. Rio, he was lovely.
And I think that actually the important thing here is lots of people make mistakes, and it's okay to make the mistakes.
Yeah.
But I think learning from them is where the real growth happens.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time, and I'm speaking from personal experience, so I don't know if it's what other people feel or not, but a lot of the time it's there can be a lot of shame there attached to doing certain things, or embarrassment or negative feelings about yourself, which I think make people close up even more.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's been a few shameful moments along our relationships, hasn't it, where we've been out drinking and stuff.
Good time. Good time.
Shameful or life lessons.
Well, that is what it is. It is life lessons.
Yeah.
I think the difference as well is, if we go back to the closed mindset and open mindset, the want and desire to do better and to grow from it.
Yeah, and I think that's what we were talking about in the very beginning of this, is where our paths have gone slightly different direction to other people that were in our lives.
Yeah. Because my goodness, it's so crazy to think how different my life could be, and I'm sure it would probably be the same for you
if you just stayed on the same,
or if we didn't have that mindset, if we didn't think the way that we thought. How different.
Completely.
I can't even
I think
it.
I'm too much of a control freak to even think like that. Like, oh my god.
No.
It wouldn't be horrendous. But do you know what I mean? It would be so different. And a lot of the times we were saying, weren't we, just on the way over here, like, we were different in that moment. It's not like we've gone through a bad patch and decided to change. We saw what was happening around us.
I don't know, speak for yourself on that one, because I think I've gone through a very fair few bad patches. I feel like you were very good at being like, no, I can see that. I don't want that.
That's not a bit of me.
Where I was more like, let's indulge in this lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then, like, I started to realise this is not helpful.
No.
So then I kind of like try to like claw my way out of it a little bit. But I think thinking that way, it has helped me to understand how easy it is for people to spiral down into that 100%. Place.
Which is why you're softer on the cut off. I think because you understand it, whereas maybe I don't understand it. That's why I'm like, no, it's either this way or that way. And you're like, no, but what about this little grey area in the middle? And I'm like, no, Amy. You know, but that's where we differ.
And I think that's why we yin and yang though, actually, because I definitely and I've experienced it recently actually, where I think you give someone an inch and they'll take a mile.
Yeah, and they will.
Or like people will mistake your kindness for weakness.
Yeah, 100%.
Like that. I feel like I'm just talking in cliches today and saying.
But it's true, isn't it? Like but maybe you've had less exposure to that until now. Like people taking advantage of you. Whereas like maybe I had it a little bit earlier on and I just thought, oh, you're taking the piss.
I feel like it was a lack of understanding that was what was happening.
Yeah.
I think if you are used to life being a certain way and that's all you know.
Yeah.
Like you're not going to know any different. Like people people took advantage of me left, right and centre.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, yay!
Yeah.
Life! Because I'm trying to be positive and
also
optimistic in a sense.
Yeah, you are so positive and you are so like loving and want everyone to be happy and you want to help everyone. I remember like when we were like, young, you lent someone loads of money and they just like
mugged me off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really sad. And I was young, so it was a lot of money to me. It was that sob story, like, oh, this is going to have to be, and I was like, oh my God, no, let me help you.
Yeah.
This is what I have. But and so, yeah, people would, and I look at my kindness now as a superpower a little bit, if I'm honest. However, I do feel like I didn't know how to have boundaries in that, because for me, my heart was always pure. So I just assumed that's what other people were like. I just wore my heart on my sleeve, and I was like, okay, that's just what we do.
But that's what was great about you. And now you're just a little bit more cautious.
Yeah, now I trust no one.
Welcome to my side.
Literally, it's such a one of these.
Yeah.
And it's difficult. It's a brutal world. And I would say, and I've always said, like, probably in the last 2 or 3 years, I've only started stepping out of my bubble.
Yeah.
And the world is scary.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll help you. I'll hold your hand.
Oh, you're sweet. But no!
Yeah.
Vulnerabilities.
I'll go back in my bubble.
Back in my bubble.
Yeah.
But it's a really, really scary world. And especially when you are surrounded by people who will just take a mile. And also certain, I want to say echelons of people, or certain classes of people. I don't know what the right terminology for this is, but certain sectors of people, if that is just the way that everyone in that circle works, then that's all everyone's going to know.
No one knows any different. So was he really doing any wrong, or was he just surviving?
That he was probably just surviving.
Yeah.
And like being in that survival mode is brutal.
Yeah.
So it's difficult, because I get that. And I think that's why I was always so like, but then it does come to a point where you've got to put your parachute on first.
You've got to, yeah.
Because otherwise
Because there are some people, I remember growing up, somebody used to be like, oh, have you got 20p? Have you got 20p? Have you got 20p? And I used to think, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, but if you do that to everyone, you got a lot of 20p's.
Yeah, true. And then also it'll then build up. It'll be like, oh, no, actually this or this or this or this. And, and it's like a very sneaky, slow kind of like, people don't notice it's happening.
Yeah.
It's like tapeworms.
People are clever.
People are surviving. And I think that's what you were saying about the good intentions.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people who don't have much, so to speak, they're going to do it to try and survive. It's almost like if you're drowning, you're trying to grasp for air. Yeah. But then I think there's also people out there who do it knowingly.
Getting greedy.
Like, and what's the word? Like, if you're speculating it, you're like...
manipulating it?
No, or like you've planned it. It's premeditated.
Yeah.
Some people it's like premeditated, and then I think that's where it's a bit like...
Yeah, like there's genuine people out there who need help. Yeah. And then there's this other crowd that are latching onto that.
Yeah, be like, oh.
Yeah, help me. And you're like, well, you don't really need it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think this is probably why mental health has got such a bad name for itself.
Oh, I was going to go there, but I thought better not.
Oh, why?
But it's hard though, isn't it? Like it is. There are some people out there who abuse the situation.
100%.
And there are some people out there who generally are suffering.
And just generally need help. And I think you'll find that the people who genuinely need help, I don't want to give all the tricks of the trade, but will not ask. Yeah. They're not. If you genuinely need help, most of the time you're so filled with shame and pain and hurt that
don't want to be a burden.
It's too difficult to even bring that. And it's that group of people that are suffering the most. Yeah. Because they don't have anyone looking out for them. They don't have anybody helping them out. They're just being tossed back into a system that wasn't made for them. Yeah. For everyone who's out there and listening to this, I really hope that you're as cool as us.
I've been like, we didn't offend anyone. You're just as cool as us.
Please subscribe, and please leave any comments if anything has rung true with you, or you've got any questions, or just to help build up my algorithms. Happy dance, happy dance, happy dance.
Should I get this mic out my face?
Yeah.